Hello, in this video we're going to take this image of this fish and we're going to put the fish inside this iced tea. So let's get started. We're going to go ahead and open up both of the images in Photopea, and from there we're going to begin with the fish image. We're going to remove the background from the image and we're going to smooth out the edges of the fish, because once we mask out the background, some of that background is still going to be on the fish, which we do not want. So let's begin with this video. Let's remove the background from the fish. First thing you want to do, and I do this all the time, sometimes I forget, but the first thing you want to do is always create a duplicate layer. So we're going to go to Layer, Duplicate Layer. From there, we're just going to rename this to Copy because it is a duplicate. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off the background. We just always want to work on a duplicate just in case, for whatever reason, you need to come back to the original. You have the original right here, not touched whatsoever. Always work on a copy. So from here, we're going to go ahead and we are going to, there's different ways to mask out the background. You can create a mask and choose the color black as your foreground color, and you could just start, let me go ahead and make the brush bigger by using my bracket key, and you could just start painting. And to bring that, whatever, let's say you accidentally paint a fin, to bring that back you switch your color to white and white will bring it back. So that's the great thing about layer masks. If your layer has a mask, you could take things away or bring them back if you need to. So we will be using a layer mask, but this just seems so time consuming, and then there's going to be a lot of zooming in by doing Command plus or Control plus. So zooming in, you could use Command plus or Control plus to zoom in, Command minus or Control minus to zoom out. And when you zoom in and zoom out, make sure you click on the document first and then zoom in, Command plus or Control plus, and then zoom out, Control minus, Command minus. While you are zoomed in, you can hold down the space bar and this hand will appear, and that means you can navigate around your document. So let's go ahead and get rid of this background. We're still going to use a layer mask, but we're going to do like a little shortcut. Okay, so let me start from the beginning. Let's go ahead and create a duplicate, and we'll rename it to Copy. Turn it on. Now, since the background is a solid color, I'm just going to go to Select, Color Range, and this doesn't work the best. It works the best with solid colors only. Like if you have a background with like a bunch of nature, this probably wouldn't be the best way to do it. But since we have a solid color and that's all black, I know that all of the black is going to get selected just like it did. But notice if I zoom in, the eyes are also selected. So you could click on the mask. Let me go ahead and zoom out. And then go to Select, or sorry, click on the mask right here in the layer, and then do Command I or Control I to inverse it. And then you could come back in, and how do you bring things back? See, those eyes are gone. We want to bring them back. How do you bring them back? What color do you use? You use white as the foreground color. So let's go ahead and just paint because my color is already white. And then we're going to go ahead and bring this one back as well. Okay, so there's our fish. But like I said, it has some of the background still on its edges. So if I zoom in, you can still see some black on those edges, which I don't want. So to get rid of that, you will hold down Command or hold down Control and click on the mask. So that means that now only the fish is selected. But however, we have the mask selector right here. We don't want to mess around with the mask anymore. We're going to click on the actual image right here. So we're going to click on the thumbnail of the image. And the selection is still there. From there, we're going to go to select, inverse, because we want to inverse our selection. Right now our fish is selected. We don't want the fish selected. We want to inverse the selection. Okay. So now if I zoom out, and it's kind of hard to see, but everything is selected but the fish. From here, we're going to go to select and modify, and you could click on smooth, but I like to click on feather. And we're going to leave this at 1 pixel. You can go up to maybe 2, but I'm going to stick with the 1 and take it a pixel at a time and click OK. And once you do that, you're going to hit the delete button on your keyboard. And you're going to keep hitting it until you see the background disappear. Okay, let me go ahead and zoom out. See how that looks. Maybe a little bit more deleting, so I'm going to hit the delete button a couple more times. And that looks pretty good now. So let me go to select, deselect, and there you go. Now it's very subtle, but some of that black did go away. So, which is good, which is what we want. Okay, so now all I have to do is click on my move tool, drag and drop this into this image, and now we have it in this image. Let's go ahead and resize it. And notice when you drag and drop it, look, the mask also comes with it, which is awesome. So you could still mess around with the mask right here. Okay, from here, we're going to resize this by clicking on our move tool, click on transform controls, and let's go ahead and resize the fish. Hold down shift when you do this. Hold down shift and always drag from a corner square. So that way all sides stay proportional. And we could probably make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Come back to your move tool. Uncheck transform controls. Change your blend mode right here because we want to blend it into the iced tea. And we're going to go ahead and choose hard light. There we go. That's getting a little bit better. We're going to go ahead and create a duplicate of this layer. Go to layer, duplicate layer, and let's go ahead and add some soft light. Let's see how that looks. Maybe if I come back to the hard light, I could play with the opacity and bring that down. Maybe if I play with the soft light and play with the opacity. There's a lot of back and forth that you have to do when you get to this point. But that's looking pretty good to me. Okay, I'm actually liking this. Okay. What happens if I do light in? Okay, I don't like that. Screen? No. Okay, let's just stick with, what about overlay? No. We'll stick with soft light. I like soft light. And then maybe bring the opacity a little bit more down. Maybe bring the opacity a little bit more down from here. We'll stick with that. And there you go. That is how you do it. That is how you put a fish in an iced tea. And that's also how you smooth out edges, which you also learned in this video, and you learned how to mask. All right, have fun, enjoy. Thanks for watching.